What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, and we are back with another Waaktaar Wednesday, and the first of several in the coming weeks, which is to say we're going to begin going through True August Waaktaar-Savoy's material, who goes by the name Augie. People mentioned this to me when I was going through the Savoy catalog, that Paul and Lauren had a son named Augie, and it was a source of much joy and happiness, which was reflected in some of the Savoy songs. And yes, apparently he made an EP in I think like 2019, but then a few years later, in 2023, he made a full proper album, and that's what we're going to go through, and it's called Breathing Room. Thank you to Sophia for sharing this, and the opening tune is the title track. So yeah, breathing room as a concept, it's often used metaphorically, though based on a very vivid and visceral physical reality, meaning if you need breathing room, you're in danger of suffocating or at the very least passing out due to a lack of oxygen, and thus conceptually it's the idea that you need a little bit of space, you need an ability to have an area surrounding you that is serving as a buffer between you and others who may need that same air or who might just be too close to you to allow you to function or process external reality. So yes, I would expect it to maybe work as the phrase itself does, meaning have figurative meaning but with visual, physical imagery to convey that meaning. So I'll see what I can catch on a first listen, but as I said, this is True August Waaktaar-Savoy, who goes professionally by True August, though my understanding is that he is known by those closest to him as Augie, and the song is Breathing Room. a lot for multiple reasons. One, is it on loop? It's not on loop. Okay, so sonically, I enjoy the different keyboard lines. There's that high, like pristine one, as well as that dancing or jumping, like more true keyboard type line. There's an electricity to the track. Also, that cycling, almost galloping style percussive rhythm. There's a lot of echo in especially his vocals, which I think are layered. I think we're hearing multiple Augie vocals layered into each other. But the echoic sound, I think, fits with the idea that he needs room. And he says, like, quite literally, like, I need more room, I need more space. And there's like his head's full, there's too much of everything, and in these conditions, how can the love survive? How will it stay alive? How can I let you in? And the reference to room is indeed very like literal and physical, so it absolutely does function in a visceral, visual way, but for figurative and metaphorical meaning. And I think he is very much saying that if he doesn't get this space for himself, for his thoughts, which are full, it sounds like he's saturated and he needs things to be spread out and to have this echoic space. And without that, there isn't room for anything to grow between him and this person he's addressing. There isn't room for the love to flourish, to stay alive, to endure. And so it's a plea, and it's actually a plea because he wants that connection, at least as it sounds to me, but he knows that he needs his own area for that to be allowed to flourish. So I think it's very well written. I think, again, there's sonics that are conceptually playing off of the themes of the lyrics. I think his vocals sound good, nothing crazy exceptional, but fitting in the context. And there's almost this like sleepy, internal type of sound to them, which, again, if it's like in this inner monologue, but then being expressed toward this other person, I think it absolutely works. So, yeah, a really compelling opener. Absolutely enjoyed that one. And would it be terribly surprising if the progeny of Paul Waaktaar-Savoy, or Paul Waaktaar and Lauren Savoy, was musically and perhaps even more so lyrically inclined? That doesn't seem too far of a stretch for me. So I'm looking forward to the coming Waaktaar Wednesdays. Let me know what you think of this one, and I will see you for the next one. Peace.